Oh, hello puppy. Alright, I'll turn yours on. Did it turn on? Okay, I'll do the same with mine. No, I haven't turned on yet. Okay. Then to link up, I think I press mine down. And then I press your down.
Whoa.
Oops, sorry.
Kidding.
Does it said Rider B ready yet? No? Did it come on at all? Oh, there you are. It works. Hang on. Let's get a bit of a shot. Hello. Oh, that works. That's great. Now, for anyone watching this video, if you're wondering what's going on, we're testing out a new Cardo system on our helmets, just so we can communicate while we ride. I'll show the box and talk about it in the post-production, but you'll get to see it shortly. But that's good. It's been a while since we've been able to talk to each other. Now, you'll hear me, but you won't hear Riding Hood. I haven't worked out how to do that, so it comes out in the video yet. But shake your head if you can hear me. We can't hear what you're saying though, so just nod your head that you can hear. Yeah, okay. That's it. You're talking as if everyone can hear. There is a way to do that. I haven't read that up yet, but we will do that shortly. So we're going for a ride for some fish and chips. Just filled up the bike. I've shut all the panniers. Always like to check I've shut them before each ride. Alrighty. And off we go. Whoa! I nearly overbalanced there. Okay. Okay, pocket shut. Yep, your phone's okay, good. Right, come through. You're right. I'm just waving that guy through so I didn't go. We've got cars coming down here. Yep. So much better when you can talk to each other, isn't it? One of the reasons I went for Cardo was the audio quality of the microphone and the earphones, and I must say it is amazing. Compared to what I've used before, it sounds really good. Yeah, I'll just repeat what Riding Hood said. She said the good thing is you can actually hear yourself a lot more when you're talking. Is that what you meant? Yes. Oh, I can only hear you though in my headphones, but I can hear my voice in the front. But already it's the best one we've used. This is the Bluetooth version of Cardo, not the mesh version. But we figured we're mostly just going to ride as a pair, as two people, and occasionally maybe a third or a fourth. So we've got the Cardo system that allows you to patch in 4 riders. I know with the mesh you can do 15, but I can't see we're ever going to be one, riding with that many people, and two, want to talk to that many people at the same time. So if this one works well, we probably won't go up to the PackTalk Pro or the Edge. What's the other one? The Neo, I think, as well, but it's not as good as those other two, obviously. But the PackTalk Pro and the Edge, they're both the mesh versions by memory. But I think with the Bluetooth it can drop out a little bit, where the mesh tends to hold on to the service much better. But given our experience with Bluetooth, we ride fairly close together and we haven't really had issues with it dropping out, so I think this will work well. Oh, good timing on the traffic lights. So today I'm riding the Suzuki Bergman. Oh no, sorry. Today Riding Hood is riding the Suzuki Bergman and I'm riding the V-Strom 1050 XT. Of course they've got the 1050 DE out now and then the straight 1050. To me the XT, even though it's an older model, falls between them beautifully. The standard new model of the V-Strom 1050 is more road biased. And then this, the XT, the previous model with the 19-inch front wheel, is perfect for that in-between where you want to ride, so you can do some dirt, but mostly want to ride on sealed roads, but it is capable of doing the other. So to me it's the perfect balance of those two bikes, which is why I haven't upgraded. Okay, we're heading off to Fish and Chips or Hamburger at a Greenwell Point. A few bikes out today. I went riding yesterday on the CMX 1100 and the Z900 RS and also the DR650, and there were quite a few bikes out, particularly on the sealed roads, not on the dirt road when I went out on the Dual Sport. But the weather is ideal. According to my dash, around 16-17 degrees at the moment, and no wind today. It got a bit windy yesterday. But today is just perfect. What's that, a Honda Shadow? Honda Shadow V10? I think so. Okay, we're about 500 metres apart now. Can you still hear me okay, Riding Hood? Ah, loud and clear, and you can hear everything I'm saying? Great. Ah, you're not you're not squealing in my ears at the moment. Now Riding Hood is saying things to try and get me to crank up. If they can hear this, you're going to be very embarrassed. Sorry, not sorry? Not sorry at all. You're cheeky. So the GB350 is due for a service. The job this afternoon is give that a good wash, and then I'll take it for a ride just to dry everything out and make sure it's dry, and then we'll book it in for its first service. Riding Hood's reached the point where she has a little bit more time now to be able to practice and work on riding with gears. So we need to get ready for that, and I need to stop riding it so much. It's Riding Hood's bike, not mine. Well, I've become a bit addicted to it, so maybe I need to get one myself. Or maybe a Royal Enfield Classic 350 or Bullet 350, just so it's a very similar bike for when we go riding together. Okay, I've got to wait for that car anyway, so I'll let this gentleman through on his... Oh no, he's waiting for us. I was waiting for him to look at me so I could wave him through, but he wasn't, so I couldn't. I think I'm very pleased with this setup. It'll be even better when I can hook Riding Hood in so we can record the audio straight to the video. Whether she'll be as cheeky then, I'm not sure. We'll find out. Just a fraction on the cool side today, but we're both riding bikes with screens, so that cuts out the wind chill. 16 degrees in some parts of the world, that would be considered very warm, I know. So I know how blessed and lucky we are in Australia to be in the middle of winter and to be able to still ride comfortably like this. The autumn leaves have been a bit late to all fall off this year. There's still some trees with some leaves that have only just turned colour, so I guess that signifies that it was a much warmer lead up to winter than normal. I know I heard recently it was one of the warmest autumns in terms of average temperatures, so I guess that makes sense that the leaves haven't all fallen yet. We haven't had the really big winds that you can get in June. We've had some windy days, but not horrendously so. We're in a 50 zone now, which is near a school, which is just over to the right. But coming up on the left is one of my favourite houses in this area. I just always want to stop and check it out when I go past, just here on the left right now. Just something about that looks amazing to me. Looks like it might be at least 75 years old or more. It's got some charm to it. Such a nice cruisy road, nice scenery, very flat this area. You just coast along, take in the smells of the dairies and that nearby. Used to be a couple of camels on the left side on this road, but I haven't seen them for a while, so I don't know if they're still around this area or not. What were you saying, Riding Hood? Yeah, it's been 12 months, a year or so since I've seen them, so I think they must have moved them. It's not really a good area for camels. Soil's too wet all the time. There's a reason they like being in the desert. On the right, we're going past Merribee, which is a wonderful garden, a tourist attraction. can stroll through there. Changes as the seasons change with different flowers and things. Well worth a visit. Oh, we've got some nice corners coming up now. Drop down a couple of gears, although riding wood won't have to do that, being on a scooter. Oops. Been riding the Hondas a lot lately, and so the horn and indicator are in a different position. And now I'm riding the other bikes. I'm where I used to accidentally hit the horn on the Hondas, now I'm hitting it on the other bikes. You up for a little detour riding, Hood? Can you hear me, Riding Hood? Can you hear me there? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you dropped out for a second. Now, I'm going to say, up for a detour, we'll head out to the ferry, just because it's such a nice ride to ride, and nice road to ride, and it's such a nice day. Okay, so you were probably close to a kilometre back then, and it did drop out for a second, so I think we've discovered where the limit to the range is. I know on the Packtalk Pro and the Edge the distance is further than it is on this system. So as long as we're riding within about 800 metres of each other, it seems to be fine. There may have also been another reason for that, like interference or something, but it's good to know where it is, and it came back in itself quite okay. We'll get the smell of dairies up here. It's a good thing there's no such thing as smell-o-vision for people who view my videos, because we go past quite a few dairy farms in this area when I'm out riding. You'd know all about it, but to me it's part of the appeal of being on a bike. In a car you just don't experience that unless you drive around with your windows open all the time, like we did when I was growing up, when cars didn't have air conditioning and things like that when I was a boy. But we mostly drove around on the farm too, so you had your windows down. But these days not many people drive with their windows down. Not that I see anyway. Here's a cool farm vehicle up on the right. No, well that guy there doesn't have the option. He doesn't have doors or windows in the sides. Guy? Girl? Not sure. All rugged up. You're right behind me. You're a good distance back now and I can still hear you, so that's good. Very, very good. And I haven't tried turning the audio up or anything, and I can hear you clearly. You're not loud, but it's very clear, so alright, we're going to have to wait for this truck now. He could have waited for us if he'd seen us coming. Oh, I see he's backing in, that's what's going on. Oh yeah, he's waving us through. Did he wave you through too? That's nice. Okay. Oh, so he waved me through but not you. You're a cheeky one. Okay, this road comes to a stop shortly. It's a ferry crossing across to, I think it's called Comoron Island, by memory. And people live on the island, and so when they're coming into town they have to hop on the ferry and come across. Comoron Island. I thought it was Comoron. Oh, there'll be a sign here, so we'll be able to clarify that. One day I'm just going to catch a ferry across and go for a ride around the island, just to see what's there. If you're allowed, I'm pretty sure you are. Yeah. Riding Hood is saying make sure I go with somebody. I guess that could be you. Used to be called Pig Island, okay. What was that, because it had pigs on the island? Okay. Wild pigs or domestic pigs? Riding Hood is saying she thinks farm pigs and some wild pigs. Maybe the wild ones were the pigs that escaped. That's an interesting point. Wild boars in Australia, are they wild because they've been domestic pigs and gone wild, or are they native to Australia? I doubt they'd be native somehow. That's a good question. Maybe someone can answer that for me. So here we are, there's a ferry coming across right now with a car on it. How cool is that? So we can't stop here for a photo if that's the case. Hang on, there's Riding Hood stopping there, so I'll just turn around so we can get her in a little bit of a video. Turn this big beast around, which is not easy. There she is. We could go across now, wouldn't have to wait very long. One day. Yeah, it's very good run on lights and good timing with everything. Hopefully we're good timing for food. That'll be the next point, next stop. Just try and avoid the cow poo here, or bits of it. Just means more cleaning if I get it all over the bike. Coolangatta Mountain to the right, and Kembawara Mountain dead ahead. Starting to come up again. Came up around lunchtime yesterday too. It's probably not as bad as it feels because we're riding into it, so when we turn around we won't notice it at all. It'll be behind us. What a glorious day. Narra Hill. Actually, I think it's a girl. Slow down here for a minute till Riding Hood catches up a little bit. There she is. Can you hear me okay? Ah, brilliant. I'm trying to think of the name of the cafe we're going to. Pelican Rocks Cafe, that's right, I had a mental blank. Okay, we've got a stop sign here. We can probably get out before these cars come. Last times we came on this road there was a dead snake on the other side of the road as we were coming back. Someone had obviously run over him in a car or something. We've seen two recently on rides. The other one was a baby snake. Winter now, so we shouldn't see too many of those. Coming up here on the left shortly, I'll point it out when we get close, there were about 10 black swans on the water. If they're there again today, I'll try and point them out. They do tend to move around a bit. They tend to stop at a place called Twin Waters near here rather than this area, but I did see them here very recently. No, it's up a bit further where I saw them last time. I'll point out where it was shortly. It was in this stretch of water here, but a bit further around. Some ducks there today, I can see ducks. That area just over to my left now, but none around today. There are some other birds over the other side, but no black swans that I can see, unless they're in the grass. Oh no, might be one right in the middle there. I think I can see his neck. We'll have a look on the way back. You can just see his neck and head, but he's sitting on the grass in the middle of it. Be too far away to come out on the video though. Alright, Jindy Andy on the left, lots of little shops, a couple of little cafes and a lolly shop. Great name, Jindy Andy. Lolly shop open, there you go. Sweets, toys, gifts. Open for lunch. Oh, the Butter Factory. I've heard good things about that. We must stop and have a meal there sometime soon. It's open for dinner and lunch now. Cows have done their hard work for the day. Now they're having a rest. I think they milk twice a day here. Very early in the morning, just around dawn and also around dusk. Craft Market Sunday, here this Sunday, okay. Went to bring the Harley out for this ride today, but when I tried to start it, it was struggling to turn over, so I put it on the charger. We'll take it out later today. I'm just hoping that when the charge drops below a certain point, the engine light comes on and it needs resetting, so I'm hoping that hasn't happened. But I'll check that out when we get home, so I can see whether it's charged up enough to take it for a ride and give it a bit more of a go. But this bike needed a good ride as well. But both bikes I've taken out this morning have both needed fuel. They've both been nearly empty. So I've become a familiar face to the guy at the service station. Yeah. Video doesn't like trees like this. Running Hood saying she loves these trees, but not so good for video with all the changes in light. And probably not so good if you suffer from epilepsy or something too, with all the flashes of light. But in summer you ride through here, it gives you a little bit of a cooler area to ride because of the shade. Go for a little ride around here while I've got the video going, so you can check out the scenery, see the view. Then we'll go back and order some food. And by then maybe there'll be a park directly in front. Parks up along there. Don't think so. Okay. We'll just park here then. Probably both of us can just fit in here if you come in right next to me. And my bike is quite large, so people will see it. You just come on this side of me here and park next to me, yeah. You could probably come a little bit closer. I'll move it over closer if you like. Just so he's got room for you to open his door. Yeah. So what do you think of the new Cardo system? Does it get a thumbs up? Okay. Alright, so she's saying it's very clear, but when there's a lot of wind, she needs to turn the volume up because it's hard to hear with a lot of wind, but there is an easy way to do that, so I'll show you how to do that later. Cardo? Yes, well, yeah, we'll be able to do it by voice commands. I can't remember the instruction, but did that work? Yeah, you can control everything by voice command. I need to study that. But for me it was quite clear the whole time, but mine might be a little bit louder than yours maybe. Alrighty. Anyway, that's our test ride to check out the new Cardo system. Just show us it on your helmet there. Brilliant. If you enjoyed watching this, oh, hello puppy. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the style of content I produce, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. So until next time, happy motorcycling. Getting the party started, are you? Yeah. If I turn that on, I have. Are you going first? It's your choice. Okay. Ah, there it is, Pelican Rocks Cafe. So I'm going first? Okay.